Hello! Laurren Darr with Left Paw Press here. Can you guess what we're reading for story time today? This is a good hint. Anyway, we will be reading Little Red Riding Pug from the Pug Fairy Tale series, published by Left Paw Press and written by me. So, get ready to enjoy the story. Little Red Riding Pug, story adaptation by Laurren Darr, illustrated by Florina Boldy. Once upon a time, there was an adorable little pug named Inky, who was loved by everyone who knew her, but she was especially cherished by her grandmother. Her grandmother gave her a little red velvet cloak. It was very striking. Inky liked it so much that she wore it all the time, which is how she got the name of Little Red Riding Pug. One day, Inky's mother said to her, "Come here, Little Red Riding Pug. Take this soup and soda water to your grandmother. She is sick, and this will make her feel better. Make haste so the soup doesn't get cold. No lollygagging, for you might spill the soup and soda. Now, when you get to her house, say, 'Good morning,' charmingly to your grandmother." "Don't worry, Mother. I'll go straight there and be careful," promised Little Red Riding Pug. Her grandmother lived deep in the woods. When she got to the woods, Little Red Riding Pug met a wolf. But she didn't know what a wicked animal he was, so she wasn't scared. "Good morning, Little Red Riding Pug," he said. "Good morning, Wolf," she replied. "Where are you going, Little Red Riding Pug?" "To grandmother's." "What's in your basket?" "Soup and soda water. We made the soup this morning, so I'm taking it to grandmother. She needs it to help her feel better." "Where does she live, Little Red Riding Pug?" "At least a quarter hour further into the woods. Her house is the last one along the path." "Surely you know where it is," said Little Red Riding Pug. The wolf thought, "This sweet little doggie will make a yummy treat. Much better than tasting the old pug. I'll have to be very sly so I can swallow them both." He strolled alongside Little Red Riding Pug for a few minutes. Then he said, "Look at the pretty flowers. Why don't you stop to smell them for a while? Do you hear the birds sing? You're so somber, and everything else is so cheerful out here in the woods." Little Red Riding Pug raised her eyes. When she saw the sunlight beaming through the trees and all the bright flowers, she thought, "I'm sure Grandmother would love to have a bouquet of flowers. Since it's still early, I should have time to pick them." She left the path and wandered off among the trees to pick the flowers. Every time she picked one, she found another that she liked even more. Inky kept picking flowers until she was deep into the forest. In the meantime, the wolf went straight to Grandmother's cottage and knocked at the door. "Who's there?" "Little Red Riding Pug bringing you soup and soda water. Open the door." "Lift the latch," called the old pug. "I'm too weak to get up." The wolf lifted the latch and the door sprang open. He went straight in and up to the bed without saying a word, and he ate up the poor old Grandmother Pug. Then he put on her nightdress and cap and got into bed and drew the curtains. Little Red Riding Pug picked flowers until she couldn't carry any more. She then remembered that she'd promised not to loiter on the way to her grandmother's house. Little Red Riding Pug was astonished when she got to the house and found the door open. She went in. Everything seemed strange. She was quite frightened, but didn't know why. "Good morning, Grandmother," cried Little Red Riding Pug, but she received no answer. Then she went up to the bed and drew the sheet back. There lay her grandmother, but she had her cap down over her face. She looked very odd. "Oh, Grandmother, what big ears you have," Little Red Riding Pug said. "The better to hear you with, my dear," was the reply. "Oh, Grandmother, what big eyes you have," gasped the Little Red Riding Pug. "The better to see you with, my dear," was the sly response. "Wow! What big hands you have," said Little Red Riding Pug. "The better to hug you with, my dear," growled the wolf. "But, grandmother, what big teeth you had," said Little Red Riding Pug. "The better to eat you with, my dear," snarled the wolf. The wolf barely got those words out of his mouth when he jumped out of bed and swallowed up poor Little Red Riding Pug. When the wolf was quite full, he went back to bed. Soon he was snoring loudly. A hunter went past the house and thought, "How loudly the old pug is snoring. I'll see if there's anything the matter with her." The hunter went into the house and up to the bedroom where he found the wolf sleeping in Grandmother Pug's bed. "I found you, you big bad wolf," he said. "I've looked for you long enough." The hunter had just raised his gun to shoot it when it occurred to him that perhaps the wolf had eaten up the old pug and that she might still be saved. So the hunter took out his knife and began cutting open the sleeping wolf. At the first cut, the hunter saw a little red cloak. Then Little Red Riding Pug jumped out and cried, "Oh, how frightened I was! It was so dark inside the wolf." Next, the old Grandmother Pug came out, alive but hardly able to breathe. The wolf woke up and tried to dash away, but he collapsed. Considering the whole ordeal, Little Red Riding Pug said to herself, "I'll never wander off into the forest as long as I live." Little Red Riding Pug and all of the Pug Fairy Tale series books by Laurren Darr are available at online book retailers like Amazon.com.